today we are going to be reacting to a video by Amar Fuddle Myron Gaines, The Red Pill Reality about OF Thought breaking up with Neon. Crazy ass title. I don't condone all of mine's nonsense. Please don't write me up in that group, y'all. I am begging y'all. Hit up the links down in the socials below. Y'all make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Come to the 9th floor so y'all can learn game the right way. Let's see what Mr. Fuddle has to say on the breakup between Sam and Neon.
Let's go, baby.
Falcon!
I forgot I told her this shit, bro. We were cooking this chick.
That's so, like, I hope you made him happy. Like, you're just
because here's the thing. Look, man, this is how women move. Women extract resources from men. A woman's biggest power is being able to know that she has more knowledge than her guy. Neon doesn't know his worth, which you're exploiting right now.
No, I try to help him see that.
No, if you knew his worth, you would
I
never...
actually don't know my worth. I think I'm a fucking loser.
I try to help him see that he actually matters.
No, I'm actually helping him see that, and you don't like that because if he knows his worth, he would never take you seriously.
That is true, actually.
And then here goes Fresh in the background just agreeing with whatever. Now, I personally love the OnlyFans community. I think in real time, OnlyFans just really showed a lot about gender dynamics quicker than anything else. I think TikTok and OnlyFans showed gender dynamics quicker than anything else, right? What OnlyFans showed is that a lot of dudes are just really fucking losers, man. Like, a lot of you guys out there, man, that are actually like try even a little bit, just put one piece of grain in the fucking glass every day are better off than like 95% of dudes out here, bro. I want y'all to, like, cause like, it doesn't matter if it's a small amount of money or a big amount of money, right? When you just give money to somebody that you earned yourself and they don't deserve it, you're a fucking loser. They've done nothing for you. They've done nothing for your family. They haven't made you better. There's no mutual, there's nothing mutual here. It's not mutual. You're a fucking loser. OnlyFans showed that so many dudes are such losers that they will work day in and day out, 40 hours, 60 hours, 80, $100 a week. Not all of them, you know, some of these dudes have better jobs. Some of these dudes scam, some of these dudes do whatever, but then they will take that money that they're risking, right? Because whether you're scamming or working, you're risking something, right? And then give it to women that if these women saw them in real life, these women would gather a loogie in their mouth and spit on you niggas. You niggas are fucking losers, bro. So getting with a woman that gets in that line of work, I'ma always say it like this, man. A woman that does OnlyFans more than likely does not respect men. Like, and she doesn't have to, but I'm saying you dating her, just understand she probably doesn't respect you. It's not gonna be nothing like long term. I have yet to see a girl that was doing OnlyFans. I mean, OnlyFans just started. Let's see, maybe I'm wrong. I have yet to see a girl that was doing OnlyFans, got into a relationship, and that relationship lasted like a very long time.
Perfect.
She's so uncomfortable, chat. I'm shocked I'll give her credit. I'm shocked she actually sat down and did this discussion, bro. Keep it 1,000 with y'all. I'm shocked that she even sat down and had this conversation. Be a side chick, only. DM to dick, that's it. Nothing serious. Free watches. Free watches.
America.
I mean, be honest, you should give that watch back. I won't even take it.
Oh, why does she sit down and like, she's crazy. Yeah.
Don't talk
and
to
you know,
him
it's,
like
it's funny too, because anytime she bought him a Rolex this day. Oh, yeah, I remember now. She bought him a Rolex that day, and I was like, bruh, come on, nigga. Ever seen women give men expensive gifts? It was always OnlyFans sex worker girls. That's another thing I'll tell you guys too when it comes to these girls. So, another thing about these women, right? Like, they know that their profession isn't respectable. So what ends up happening, right?
Oh yeah, girls that do this type of stuff, when they're ready to settle down, I would say they're the best tricks ever. If they're smart. If they're dumb, they'll think that they'll be able to get a relationship while still popping their pussy on the internet and stuff like that. Those are the dumb shotties. The smart shotties understand that the only way to get a dude and still actively be doing that stuff is to trick. You have to trick. Because any man with like 75% IQ is gonna be like, this, I don't have, like, yeah, she's giving me butt, but your butt, everybody can see your butt for $5. It's not really, you know what I'm saying, type of stuff. Now, if she's like retired from it and you don't know about it, the relationship will probably be like fine. But I'm saying I'm coming from the point that she's actively like doing it, or you know that she's done it before. If you don't know, hoes get wiped every day because of niggas not knowing that hoes. You know, and you can, unless you ask her if she's a hoe. If you see her doing hoe shit, you'll never know she's a hoe either. So, but in this case, this nigga Neon was an idiot because he knew whether she was. She knows the stigma that comes behind OnlyFans. It doesn't matter if you're in there teaching self-help. Everybody knows it's mainly an app for having niggas subscribe to look at your pussy or your ass. You know what I'm saying? So if you get on there, the only way that you're gonna be able to keep a dude is like Myron just said, you have to trick. You have to buy him shit to be like, to make it seem in his head like I'm only for you.
And this happens, look, we're really getting into it now, but fuck it. Women are not used to giving men gifts, okay? Women aren't used to giving men gifts. They're not used to spending money on men. They're not used to courting men. The only time I've seen women openly and overtly and emphatically give men gifts is if they're whores.
Fatality.
Jesus
Let me explain.
Christ.
When you're a woman and you're a 304, whether you're a stripper, you do OnlyFans, you're a porn star, whatever it may be, though you might be physically attractive, right, and you have, let's say you have a high sexual market value or a high SMV, you have low relationship market value, RMV. Okay, this is a concept that me and my boy Donovan actually use. I think me and him are like the only ones that do this. Okay, and it's been a while, so let's go ahead and go back in time. So there's two.
Fuck Donovan Sharp though. That nigga's a dweeb. Y'all should go. Yeah, that nigga's a dweeb ass nigga. I ain't gonna lie. I don't fuck with that nigga at all. But
Two fucking metrics for women. All right, so obviously there's something called sexual market value, right? Your attraction level. But with women, there's two different levels. There's SMV, sexual market value, and then you have something called RMV, relationship market value. Okay? So let's say you got a girl like a Sam Frank. She is, let's give her like a 6, like a little bit above average, right? She's a 6, right? Above mid, a little bit above mid, right? That's her SMV. But you're also gonna have something called an RMV. And this is the number that women never fucking understand. So their relationship market value is not gonna be based on their looks. It's gonna be based on their worthiness of being wifed up. You understand?
let me give you girls this game, bro. It is, ladies, y'all know about the male loneliness epidemic going on right now. If your primary objective is to get a man, you want a boyfriend or whatever, right? This might be the easiest time in history, I think, to get a boyfriend. For the same reason right now, as a dude, it is so easy to just be better than 99% of dudes. To get a boyfriend, if that's your objective, if you want to be married, have a kids, do whatever, boom, boom, boom. I'm not just saying get with any other buster old dude. I'm saying if you get a chance to be with the guy that you want, it is so easy to get a boyfriend and a husband nowadays, bro, because a lot of these girls, like, they get off on, like, being undesirable by dudes. It's really weird. Like, they make fun of dudes that do undesirable shit to women, you know, dudes that are like dirty, disgusting, rude to women, whatever. They don't like that. You will get clowned for doing that, right? But in the same breath, they'll applaud the women that hurt, that beat up men, steal from men, or whores, or just do fucked up shit to the opposite gender. Like they applaud. Like you can see it on social media. They love that shit. They eat it up all the time. So all you have to do as a girl is, if you want a boyfriend or husband, is literally not do that. And these dudes, if you want a ring the next day, you're getting one. It's so easy, but it's so easy to fuck up as well because of social media. Your digital footprint as a woman, it's so precious. You have to be so very careful with it, because the only way I've ever seen a hoe get wifed up nowadays is if they move. So that's my advice to you ladies. Please be very careful out there, and you dudes too. But as a dude, you find a girl that wants to date you, she's not gonna care as much about that shit. But let's continue with the video.
Because as a guy, no matter how hot a girl is, her past, especially if she's a 3 or 4, can really fuck you up. Men lose status by being cheated on. Men lose status by wifing up 304s. Women that are promiscuous have low relationship market value.
That cheating thing is very big too, as well, right? As a dude, if you get cheated on, I'm not saying don't be angry, don't be sad, don't be whatever, but please don't post about it. Don't post about it, bro. Because while you might get like some sympathy on the internet and stuff like that, I'm telling you right now, bro, the first thought a girl hears when you tell her you got cheated on is this nigga's a bitch. Like, he's a bitch. Even if she might not act like it like right away, but like we all know how like women's memory works, bro. Like, you tell a girl you get cheated on, it might not be within that. The first 3 months might be good, the first year might be good, the first 5 years might be good, but she will always know that you were that nigga that got cheated on, bro. You were like, and girls know the reasons why other girls cheat on other dudes internally, because all girls cheat on dudes for the same reason. There's something lacking. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's usually something lacking. Now, I'm not saying that your next girlfriend's gonna cheat on you if you tell you got cheated on. I'm saying like she's going to remember it. That's all I'm saying. She might not use it against you. She might. I'm just saying like she's going to remember. Oh, you're that dude that got cheated on. Versus a girl getting cheated on. All these stories about these girls getting cheated on, it really just comes down to the type of nigga that you're fucking with. Like, you can tell the nigga you get cheated on, the next nigga gonna cheat on you, the next nigga gonna cheat on you, and then one nigga might not cheat on you, you know? Versus a dude, I'm telling you right now, if you told 10 girls that you're interested that you got cheated on, it's like an 80 to 90% chance that the next girl's gonna cheat on you as well, bro. There's no escaping. It's gonna keep happening because there's obviously something wrong with you.
So it is possible for a girl to have high sexual market value while simultaneously having low relationship market value, okay? Very important for you guys to understand. Relationship market value versus sexual market value, two different things. Now that we've established this, since most sex worker females have above average sexual market value, they have no problem getting men, but they have a problem with retaining men. Strippers, OnlyFans girls, porn stars, etc. They have a very difficult time keeping men around. They have no problem getting men, but they have a very tough time retaining men. And this means
they only have a tough time retaining men at this age. All these hoes are gonna get wifed up, bro, if they really want to get wifed up. And the reason they're gonna get wifed up is because there's always some dude willing to take shit that you're not willing to take. And it's always gonna be framed as, because look, when it comes to stuff like this, both sides tend to frame it in a different way, right? Let's say your girl likes expensive things, she likes trips, stuff like that, boom, boom, boom. The common phrase is, if he can't do it, another man can, which is very 100% true. If you can't do something for your girl, another dude can definitely do something for your girl, right? If you try to flip it and say, hey, if you won't do so-and-so, another girl will. Dudes tend to get shamed for that. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way the world is. Like, I don't know why people try to keep arguing about like certain stuff that say, like, bro, sexism is always gonna exist the same way racism is always gonna exist, because people are different skin color and people are two different genders, bro. It's never gonna go away. So you just gotta accept your lot in life and move accordingly with what you got. You get what I'm saying? In this case, I can't agree with him, because while they can't get relationships now, I'm telling you, once we all start hitting 30, my generation all started hitting 30 and stuff like that, dudes want to get in relationships too. And as you get older as a dude, like, the only way your preferences don't change and what you're willing to accept doesn't change as you get older is if you get consistently better. Let me give you an example. This is my last example before I play the video. If you have been, let's just use money. If you've been making 30K, if you make 30K this year, you have 30K taste. And you're gonna be like, I'll accept this, but I won't accept this. If you make 30K for the next 10 years, you're older, you're a little bit slower, stuff like that, you're still making 30K, you're gonna allow way more stuff in, allow way more nonsense, just because you're still living the same type of lifestyle, right? And people like to act like, no, I'm not gonna change. No, the only way to change is to get better. You are not going to change if you do not get better. Now, if you've been making 30K and then you make 120K, your preferences and what you're willing to tolerate as a 30K man versus a 30K 20-year-old versus a 120K 30-year-old, it's two completely different things. You're not gonna be dealing with the same bullshit versus if you're still making the same amount of money.
when a girl has high SMV, but she can't keep a guy, this means she has low relationship market value. And sex worker women almost always have low relationship market value. So what they do, a strategy, which is also a big red flag for you guys that you guys need to keep in your mind. If a girl buys you luxury items or very nice things, the only girls I've seen trick on men like this are hoes. I'm just gonna call it what it is, all right? They're hoes. All right?
Now, I don't think he's saying if a girl tricks at you at all, she's a hoe. I think he's saying if she does it fast, how fast she does it can potentially make her a hoe. Now, there's always going to be outliers. There's always going to be there's always going to be some relationships where you crack on the first night. That's your girl for life. You know, sometimes a girl might cook for you, do wifely things for you right away, and that's why, like, there's always going to be outliers, but the majority of the time, and most of us fit in the majority. That's why you have to think a majority of the time. You have to think, always question why people are doing stuff for you internally. If a girl just buys you a watch and you haven't really done anything for it, think, what have I done for this girl to deserve this watch? Too many people are used to just taking things without realizing why they're getting certain things. They don't like to question or have an internal dialogue like, this person just gave me $50,000 to hold this bag. I wonder why. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that. Like, always just question why.
And the reason why girls trick off on men like this, like you can see where her buying Neon a Rolex or whatever. You guys know we had the throat goat on our shit, Selena Powell, spending millions of dollars on their guys, buying them nice watches, buying them designer, all this shit. That is a way for women to make up for their low relationship market value, okay? When a woman has low relationship market value due to her profession, she's kind of in a catch-22. And the catch-22 is they make a bunch of money from doing the sex work, but this sex work destroys their ability to get a guy to take them seriously. So now they're in a weird place. So what ends up happening is she has to operate almost like a fucking man. To make up for the fact that she has low relationship market value due to her sexual past and her promiscuity, she has to take on provisioning duties. And one of the ways she takes up provisioning duties is by buying you gifts, paying bills, taking care of things financially in general, buying you a car, right? So this is how women that are sex workers typically get guys to wife them. Remember, they don't have a problem getting guys to smash them and date them, but a lot of them have a hard time getting guys to take them seriously. So one of the ways that they circumvent that is by tricking on these motherfuckers.
And for majority of dudes, bro, they'll go for that, you know? For a majority of dudes, you know, like they're touch deprived, they're emotionally deprived and stuff. So just like a gift, a hug, a nice kiss, a cuddle, that has a lot of dudes willing to just jump into a relationship, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, that'll have a lot of dudes willing to get down on one knee. Fuck a relationship, get down on one knee. Just like any type of affection, that's gift related, touch related, word related, any of those 5 love languages. So many dudes haven't gotten a single one. Just give them like 2, and they're willing to get down on one knee. You just got to be cognizant as a guy, bro.
Now, Fresh could talk to you guys about this in way more detail because he be around these bitches all the time. But he's told me they cry when they're alone. They complain how they can't find a guy. When they do find a guy, they go crazy. They spend crazy money on him. They give him gifts, all this shit. Because when you're a girl, right, and you're making $100,000 a month, being a fucking thought, that money comes at a cost. You sold your soul, so now you gotta buy your fucking man. You gotta keep him with you through acts of servitude financially. He's embarrassed to be around you. His friends make fun of him when you're not around. He gets clowned on the internet. So basically, you're paying him reparations as a female. That's what you're doing. When a woman has low
I couldn't imagine being the boyfriend or husband of a known sex worker, and I'm not a sex worker myself. That's gotta be like top 2 most saddest things you can be on this planet. Cause you're a cuck, you're a known cuck. So you can't even leave this girl cause she probably looks better than you and she's making the money. You try to go to any other girl, bro, like, and you say this is your girl, you're fried, bro. The only way you'd be able to get a girl again is maybe through like religion or something, but other than that, you're fried, bro. God.
Relationship market value, she typically has to offset it by stepping into a provisioner status. Now, why is this bad? Well, it's bad because it naturally puts her in her masculine. When a woman is paying your bills and she's taking care of you, they get really fucking clingy. And not only do they get clingy, they get really mad if they think you're cheating on them because they think, again, this is the female mind, doesn't make sense, but I'm gonna explain it to you guys anyway. They think, I make money, I pay for you, you need to be loyal to me, and then it's like they forget that they're sluts. Because remember, guys, women have a horrible habit of taking on masculine traits, thinking that it makes them look better or increases their sexual market value. It actually doesn't. And I'll be honest with you guys again, most of the guys that date these OnlyFans girls or date these porn stars or these strippers that make a lot of money, most of the time, it's lower sexual market value men.
So when it comes to that, right, like, it's very, like, Because I've seen a lot of girls go from acting like dudes to like becoming like girlfriends and stuff like that. It's very interesting to watch the transition though. They go from like being like very, you know what I'm saying, very to being like very you know what I'm saying? It's the weirdest transition ever because it's like you could have just been like this. Like I don't know why girls dating strategy nowadays, instead of being like, you know, like how in the movies the girl is like closed off. She's not like a bitch, but she's like closed off, shy or whatever, like closed off. That used to be the dating strategy. Then you open her up that way. Now the dating strategies, you kind of gotta like wrestle this girl into being a girl. And then by the time she's a girl, you're pissed off because you like, why couldn't you just be a girl from the beginning? Why did I have to constantly teach you and make you stop being like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what caused it. I don't know what it is. I personally think like it's trauma and shit like that. But like being a dude that's like talked to and been around a lot of women, it is the most interesting thing to see a girl go from being a masculine, can't get her out of her own way, throwing that pussy like a layup to every dude and then being confused why and then getting angry, going from that to being just like a nice girl. It's the weirdest shit ever.
Right? Maybe he's good looking, but he's a bum. And what he'll do is he'll use that chick, smash other girls on the side, tolerate and endure the roast that he gets in his friends group. You know that group chat is frying him all day. You date this bitch, you stupid. So they look at it like, look, if I'm gonna go ahead and have my image tarnished and people roasting me all over the fucking city for being with this girl, I need to get my pound of flesh. But like a typical idiot that sex workers are, they're completely unaware of the fact that as a sex worker, you don't get to dictate terms. And not only do you not get to dictate terms, you gotta pay the bill and shut the fuck up. And if you do catch them cheating, it is what it is. But since women pay and they make money and they got status, they think they can boss you around. They think they bought you as their boyfriend. But they didn't. So it's very important for you guys to understand this dynamic. A woman that has high sexual market value is not the same as a woman that has high relationship market value. Now I know what you guys are gonna ask next. Yo, Myra, what should we prioritize? You need to prioritize the relationship market value. I don't give a fuck if the girl's a 9. If she's a 9, but she has low relationship market value, that's gonna be a headache waiting to detonate all over you. It's better to be with a girl that's average or slightly above average that isn't a whore than being with a girl that's way above average but is a whore. Trust me. Well, Marvin, I want to be with the hot chick that's gonna buy me fucking shit. Okay, nigga. Try that out. Try that out, see what happens. This is what's gonna happen, matter of fact. Let's go into the dream scenario. Let me tell you what's gonna happen, motherfucker.
And I'll say it like this, man. Every dude on this planet wants to get with the bad chick, right? And that people aren't aware of the paradoxes that they create, bro. If I want to get a bad chick and my 5 other homies want to get with a bad chick, right? And we're willing to do whatever to get with that bad chick. All that does is create the chick is bad. She's beautiful, right? But all that does is show her that she doesn't really have to adapt or evolve because she's always going to land on her feet. The same way if I was a dude and I could get any girl being a fat, lazy piece of shit, do you really think I would go to the gym or get money? There would be no point that I could logically come up with if I could get Halle Berry right now and all I had to do is make $5 a day. I could be as fat as hell as I wanted to. She pays for everything. She take care of everything. And she still slurps me up and gives me box. Do you really think I would do anything? At all. I think the disconnect has come down to this, right? I think men are okay for the most part saying what things they do for the female gaze, right? I think a majority of things dudes do for the female game. Some things we do for ourselves like everybody else, you know what I'm saying? But I think what the disconnect has come down to is that women don't want to either admit, or if they feel like they're doing something for the male gaze, they automatically stop doing it. They don't like it. Because there's terms out here that these girls use nowadays for girls that do that stuff, and no girl wants to be the outsider of the group, you know? Well, the dudes also don't want to be the outsider of the group, but like you're more respected as a dude if you do. You're not respected as a woman if you step outside the shackles.
You want to go ahead and wipe up this stripper, right? You think it's going to be exciting. You know, you need a place to stay and shit. This is what's going to happen, nigga. You're going to move into her apartment, right? You're going to start packing your stuff, setting your stuff up, etc. The first week is going to be great. You're going to be smashing all the time. Maybe she brings a friend here or there. You get to watch TV all day as you sometimes look at the classifieds to find a job. She makes enough for like everybody, so it don't matter. You chilling. You get comfortable. She goes to work, comes back, house is dirty. Dishes are in sink and shit. Tyrone! You're supposed to do the dishes. Then she asks you the next day, can you take out the trash? Oh, it's snowing, I don't want to go. Nigga!
Fatality.
And what's gonna slowly start to happen is you are gonna die from 1,000 paper cuts, okay?
And I'm just gonna end the video on this, right? And explain his final point, and then we're gonna go ahead. What he's explaining right now, man, I've seen so many dudes lose their girl from this, right? One of my homies lost his girl from this, right? And it's called, he calls it death by 1,000 paper cuts. I call it drinking your own fucking poison. You should never, ever, ever be in a relationship that you choose where your girl is the provider in the relationship. I'm not saying she can't help. I'm not saying you don't listen to her. I'm not saying none of that. What I'm saying is that when she is a head honcho in this relationship, that's when stuff gets tricky very fast. And like I say, people, when you say stuff like this, people will have relationships like this and think, oh, because it's good now, it's gonna be good forever. I like to vision it. I like to see stuff all the way down the line, right? Like 10, 20 plus years, because that's when shit gets real critical, right? If your girl's been the provider taking care of you for 10 plus years, and you just stay at home, you don't do shit, you just stay home, boom, boom, boom. She's eventually going to get sick of your shit as a dude, bro. Like, there's no escaping that shit. Especially if she's taking care of you. She can get sick of your shit too when you're taking care of her. When it's the other way around, the anger that builds is much hotter and much thicker than the other way around. Because women don't like to take care of men. They're not built to like doing that shit. They'll do it if they feel like they have to get. Women will only take care of a dude because they think eventually that dude's gonna take care of them. That's why they get so mad when dudes are like, when they're down, when you and her are down, right? And you leave her and she's been taking care of you, she's gonna tweak out. But if it's the other way around, you were taking care of her while you were down and stuff like that, and then you leave, she'll still be mad, but she can't be as mad because in her story, she was just there along for the ride and you decided to kick her off the ride. So you have to be very careful when it comes to women taking care of you. I'm not saying a girl can't buy you stuff. I'm not saying a girl can't get you dinner, stuff like that. In fact, she should. Your girl should reciprocate a lot of the actions that you do. It should be equal action-wise. It doesn't have to be tit for tat. She buys you dinner, you buy you dinner. But like if you buy her dinner, let's say maybe she rubs your feet. Like there's different stuff. You can figure out what's equal to you. But I'm saying when the seesaw starts going one way and it's her with more weight on her side, especially nowadays, bro, I don't even like to call this riding for a nigga. I'm just saying women don't like to take care of niggas nowadays, and they never have. It is getting worse as stuff gets more expensive, life gets harder. Women really don't like taking care of niggas. All in all, man, y'all make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Come to the 9th floor so y'all can learn game the right way, man. I was just spitting. Y'all see all the joints below. Make sure to follow those and come fuck with us, man. All right, I'm out this bitch.